Live, take it away, bud.
You're not live. Oh, hey, watch now.
Also, I do appreciate
Alright.
you guys watching it. It helps tremendously.
Still show
It's
offline for the second. Oh, there you go.
Hey, will you bring my wallet, please?
She's gonna sub. She's gonna sub. She's getting her wallet.
No.
20 months, buddy. 4 more, it'd be a 2-year running.
Yeah. All right.
And also,
Another
that's not
old wallet?
that's not the Prime one. That's actually paying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tier 2.
No.
Thank you.
No, it's not. Yep.
All right. Who is Alien Gathering? Is that you, Fern?
You mean the profile picture?
No.
No.
On
Twitch name.
On his Twitch stream.
No, that is not me.
Oh, okay.
I've only managed to get Twitch on my phone. I'm currently using my phone for Discord.
Were you going to gift a subscription?
I was thinking about it.
Huh?
But anyways, so you guys ready?
Yeah, we've been live. Let's do this.
All right.
Want to give us a recap?
Yes. That's how we'll start it off here. After spending a few hours in Zarashak, the city of Stilts proved to be a very different locale than Sharn. The local populace is mostly orcs and half-orcs, and the hustle and bustle of mage rites and high society is replaced by a more grounded people that search for resources in the nearby swamps and don't care as much for whatever's going on in other parts of the world. The party hunted for Mognir, a noble assassin that Odin and Xander are charged with finding on their secretive contract, with the intention of pressing forward on to the Glumb River Delta afterwards, which would bring Dalen and Fern to the end of their stay on the Stormhound. The noble assassin and one of his accomplices skipped town and headed north, but you were able to locate the third Knoll, and after dropping a portion of a church on top of Odin, you pulled from the Knoll's corpse a map that shows the location of Mognir's hideout. Cause and effect. Drop churches on Odin. You guys make progress. You were approached afterward. Yeah. You were approached afterward by Grimmick, the local law enforcement in Zarashak, who reports directly to the head of House Thrash, which is headquartered there in Zarashak. After showing him your signed document from the King of Breland, Xander, and Odin, I assume you're playing both today?
Probably, yeah, sure.
All right.
And I have access to both.
I pointed over here to you, but I guess I should point there.
Camera.
Let's see, where was I? After showing him your signed document for the King of Breland, he had no choice but to honor the document's authority and let you continue on your hunt. He did ask, however, that you let him know what occurred with Mognir, since there's a dead body on his docks and a partially damaged church with blood spilled in it. Grimmick was escorting you back to your ship, and that's where we left off. And with that, let's get back to the Eberron story of New World Old Threats in this session titled To the Gate. The date is 15 Olaroon. As the sun is giving off its last bit of light for the day, shadows cast by the many buildings in town are accompanied by a cool breeze from the Zarash harbor. You can't help but notice there seems to be more people in town than when you first arrived. Many are just getting home from a long day out in the swamps, gathering herbs or hunting animals, looking for Eberron dragon shards. Some are just arriving, and looking very much like they came out of a swamp and smelling like it too, as some of them pass you by on your way back to the Stormhound. While others have managed to get home already and clean themselves up, you see a few walking outside of their doors to put torches in front of their houses. Another huge difference from Sharn. You recall the lamplighters. So let's go to Zarashak. watching this, right? Yeah. Alright. Anyways. Let's go to... bring you guys to Zarashok. And everybody sees?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Grimmick is standing on the docks with Odin, Fern, and Xander. Captain Rhinarian was pulled into his cabin by his first mate Cookie for some private business. And Dalen took the Knoll's very interesting looking axe that you guys had. It's kind of an axe, but it's very long haft, and it's got a very sharp point on the other end. So mechanically, it's more like a glaive. And
Ooh.
so Dalen took that into his quarters to study it. Maybe cast Identify. Who knows? And so Grimmick is there with the three of you, and he says, "Look, if you have any last business in town, get to it. Might want to check out House Durasco if you need some healing potions. The farther from Zarashok you get, the nastiest these swamps get. I have to report this to my boss, but I'll give you the courtesy of having that weird ship out of sight before I do. Just don't be sticking around too long." Grimmick turns around and he puts his left hand in the air and kind of, does a circular motion with it. And you notice that a few strategically placed people around the dock, and you're just now noticing that they're well armed, kind of do the same, make eye contact with each other, and then peel back and disappear into the city. So we'll start with you, Captain. You are in your quarters, and it is a 9-hour ride to the Glum River Delta from Zarashok. It's late afternoon going into the evening. The Stormhound will have to take a slower pace than it did through the ocean, just to, as the river thins and widens, you'll have to take care not to damage the ship or beach it accidentally. And the party can expect to get a full long rest on the way there, so don't worry about that here. Cookie's there, and he has shown you this document. Well, what do you do?
I'm going to take a second and let Cookie know that I will be responding. And I believe I messaged you the letter I would like to send back. But I can drop it in chat if needed.
Yeah, if you look at under your character, there's a folder called Leondar Reports.
Do you see that? Oh, well, that makes it a lot easier. I went back and watched the stream and typed it all out.
So I put the original one to you in there, and then I copied yours and put it in a separate message.
Okay, yeah. So I just want to make sure that I get that sent back, and I don't believe I currently have any healing potions of my own, but I wouldn't have heard that message. So if I can go purchase some healing potions, I would like to do so.
All right. Would you like to tell Cookie, anchors up in an hour? Something like that?
Yeah, I think that would probably make sense, wouldn't that? Yeah, so I'll turn to Cookie and make sure the crew's here within the hour. I'll be right back. I'm just going to make a quick last-minute stop, and then it'll be full speed ahead the moment that I've returned. So make sure there are no stragglers, please, Cookie. And if you could make sure that this note gets sent back, discretion, of course, is of the utmost.
Cookie tells you that, says, "Captain, I can ready the ship, but it will hamper my abilities if I am to take the message. If you're going ashore anyways, perhaps stop by the House Lyrandar outpost and hand it to Grenary yourself. Respectfully, Captain."
Of course. No, that makes sense, Cookie. Thank you. I will do that. Sorry to burden you.
He says, I will have some of the sailors make a last-minute shore patrol for anybody missing, and we'll be ready in less than an hour. All right, so you head off the ship.
Yep, if you wouldn't mind giving me the spelling of that name.
Oh, he tells you that at the House Lyrandar outpost, there is that guy.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So you rejoin the rest of the party, and of course you did not hear Grimmick's message. So you guys take it away.
I kind of look at Odin's face like, ugh. Healing potions may be good.
Healing potions, you say?
Yeah, I mean, not sure how much you're going to do for that, but yeah. No. In case someone wants to drop another church on somebody.
Yes. In case of revenge, it might be a good idea.
Just kind of nods. Yeah, I mean, no, wait. Eh. So yeah, I asked one of the guards, best place to get potions.
Grimmick already told you it was the House Jarasco outpost, and you guys know that, unlike in other D&D settings in Eberron, healing potions are almost exclusively made by House Jarasco. It's not that other people can't make them; it's that if you want them of a certain quality, an expected quality, a consistent quality, then you'll buy from House Jarasco, and they have the potions.
Yeah, fuck the big guy. What's the best place to get potions? And I asked one of the guards. They're from here. They have to know something good.
The guard,
try at least.
the guard is a very younger half orc. You could tell he's relatively new to the job, and he's kind of just standing by, just watching, just watching you guys, and he's almost a little nervous to talk to you, because there you are, fully decked out in armor, and he says, "Oh, House Jarasco would have it, and they have the healing potions. That's right, everybody gets them."
Shrug. Okay, so I guess we're going to House Jarasco, the Wally world of this fucking world.
Before we go, I'm going to turn to the same guard, and could you also point me into the direction of the outpost for House de Lyrandar?
Oh yeah, House Lyrandar. It's actually just around the corner from House Jarasco, and he kind of pulls out a very rough drawing of the city. You could tell that they probably do this for a lot of the people who port there that may not have been there before, and so he points out a kind of a central area in the city where the nicer buildings are. And he points out the one that's House Jarasco. He points out the one that's Lyrandar, and he says, "Hey, and if you here's Civis, and here's the Rashk, and there's some others over there." Stupid cat. Hold on.
Okay, awesome. Odin has 160 gold pieces. So yep. Who's
Jesus.
buying our potions?
How does he have 160 gold pieces already?
We were paid half up front for the job.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys got paid in years. Oh, wasn't I supposed to get paid upon arrival for delivering you two here?
Mm-hmm. They gotta be your house. We paid the house.
Yeah. So you were. Let's see.
Maybe go pull my notes back up. See if I've got it. I was offered 1,200 gold for the mission. I would receive 300 from Agent Cole for bringing these guys here to chase him. But I don't know if it was necessarily to catch him, or I don't remember that.
All right. So let's see. Tanis has promised to pay, so I had to go back to session 1. Tanis has promised to pay, so that's where you would get that.
Okay.
Though, I mean, if it's owed to you by the house, you may be able to work something out at the Lyrindar outpost.
To buy some healing potions, everybody?
Odin enthusiastically agrees.
All right. So you make your way through the city, and I'm not gonna drag tokens around because at this point there's no danger. So you guys go, and do you want to go to House Jarasco first, or did you want to stop by Lyrindar?
I'm going to make a side trip to stop by Lyrindar on the way back.
Okay. All right. You walk into House Jarasco, the House Jarasco outpost, and it has the known symbol that you guys have seen on every House Jarasco place, including the little shops. And as you walk in, there's a young halfling woman is the proprietor of the shop, and she seems to be even though she's already short, she seems to be like bent over doing something behind the counter. And then she says, "Okay, we've got people now, be good." And she stands up and she says, "Hello, welcome to House Jarasco. My name is Pin. What can I do for you?"
We're here to buy some healing.
Okay. Well, we have the normal healing potions expected by all at House Jarasco, and each one has the Jarasco seal on it, as you can expect, and they come in grape and orange flavors.
Ooh, definitely orange.
Okay. And now I've got to remind myself what healing potions cost. Doop-a-doo. Oh, medicine. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. All right, what does Player's Guide say?
So, Meth, you know I love you. I'm going to throw some shit at you. Your NPC literally said, "Hey, go buy some healing potions." And you
Hey,
don't
you know,
have the price.
You're
doing great, buddy. I'm just giving
Yes.
you shit. You know that.
Yes. What is that? Freaking Player's Handbook. Equipment. Blah, 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 blah.
50 gold pieces
50 gold. All right.
for standard.
All right. She says, yeah, so each one is 50 gold, and you could choose between grape and orange flavors.
Okay. Oh, for some reason, gets really excited over the grape, and I take a single orange. So one apiece.
Okay. So, how many will you be buying?
One apiece. And
One apiece?
One. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and add that to your.
Yep.
Go ahead and add that to your inventory and deduct 50 gold per.
Yep.
And she looks back, and I assume you're with them, Fern.
Yeah.
All right. She looks over the two very heavily armored bodyguard type folks that are standing in front of her, and she kind of has to like look all the way around because she can't actually see over them. And as she does, this tiny little raptor goes shooting out from behind the counter and just kind of like runs around, and she's like, "Pringle, get back here!" and she chases it for a minute, and she says, "I'm sorry," while she's chasing it. She's like, "I'm sorry. Did you guys want some potions too? Hold on." Do you guys also want the potions?
I was gonna let Fern go, but the minute
Oh.
that I would have heard 50 gold, I would have just turned around and headed out to House Learendar.
I do not need potions, but I do need arrows.
Oh, well, arrows. And she stops, and the little raptor's like running around, and she's just kind of like letting it go. And she says, don't mind Pringle, he doesn't bite. I'm training him. He'll eventually be a good mount. But for now, the arrows, you can get those from the local armor. There's a man who has set up shop right outside of House Kenneth. Or Kenneth. Yeah, Kenneth. And you could buy arrows there. But I only sell potions. That's kind of our thing here at Jarasco, And she points to her wrist, and you see the mark of healing there.
Okay.
And she says, "And if you guys are really interested, I've got something I've been working on." And she says, "Would you like to try it?" Anybody?
Odin
What
says,
does this
sure.
potion do?
And she says, it's the same 50 gold until I perfect the recipe. But here I have," and she pulls out, and rather than an orange or grape flavor, which is orange or purple, this one's kind of a brownish color. And she says, I call it a Pringle potion, named after my little baby Pringle, wherever he went to. And it's a healing potion with a little bit extra.
Does anyone actually have money for that? Or just me and Odin?
That's why I said I would have had to. The minute I heard 50 gold, turned around and left. I don't have money until I get the
Can Odin
contract.
basically go, can I trade this for that? For both 50
Sure.
gold pieces he didn't offer earlier. Okay.
Sure.
So,
And so
Pringle
she
juice.
hands you that one, and if you look under handouts and items, you'll see that.
And fuck it, I'll go ahead and do the same for me if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. And she says, "I've only brewed these two, because I'm really hoping that they work. And if you ever stop back by, you'll have to tell me what you think."
I figured the two frontliners would need that. Sounds good. 2 potions of Pringle juice.
And she says, "I've one of the big things that we farm here from the swamps is called Hathel root, and I've added some in there, and it just makes me feel better when I drink it. I'm still working on the taste, so watch out for that taste, but it's good. And is there anything else I can do for you?" She starts, kind of half paying attention to you, half like looking around.
Kind of shrug. The 2 bounty hunters are good. We'll head back to the ship. Kind of wave to Fern.
All right, Fern, you go with them.
I'm gonna go get some arrows.
All right. So Odin and Xander head back to the ship, and Pin actually opens the door, and she's kind of like standing guard as you go out to make sure that the little baby raptor doesn't get out as well. And you, as she shuts the door behind you, you hear her say, "Pringle, come out, Pringle." And you go off, and Odin and Xander go back to the ship. Fern, you go to. It's not very hard to find it at all. Just around the corner is the House Cannith outpost, and in front of it is a local blacksmith and armor. And he's got even though he's a half orc, he does have the House Cannith emblem on his smithy table where he's actually selling things. Kind of indicating again that it's going to be, kind of a standard fare. And you're looking for arrows. All right. And he says, "Oh yeah, I could sell you arrows. 20 for a gold piece."
All right.
All right.
I'll
Would you like just the one bundle?
I'll take 2 bundles.
Okay. He reaches out, gets 2 bundles, and stacks them up on the table in front of him, and waits for his money.
Okay. Go ahead and pay him.
All right. You pay him, and he says, "All right, now you tell all your friends, and come back when you need it."
Will do. Thank you, sir.
All right. And he waves at you goodbye, and Fern, are you heading back to the ship now?
Yes.
All right. Rhinarian, you're headed to House Lyrandar.
Correct.
All right. And as you walk in, you get hit in the face almost. It feels like you get hit in the face with this pungent odor as you open the door to this place. And your first thought is, Cookie doesn't smell anything. He wouldn't have known this. And so you get hit in the face with this pungent odor, and the room is honestly a little hazy. And it's a nice wide open room. Looks very typical of House Lyrandar to, as far as decorations and things like that. And then there's a man standing there at kind of a desk, and he's doing his best to look very nonchalant at you. And he says, "Oh, hey, can I help you?"
I sure hope so. Your response has me a little worried. I'm looking for a granary.
Oh, that's me, man. That's totally me. I'm Grenary de Lyrandar, of House Lyrandar.
Nice to meet you, Granary. I'm Rhinarian de Lyrandar.
And remind me, Rhinarian, where is your dragon mark?
On my left hand, on my the outside of the whatever this is.
So,
Thank you.
So pretty easy to spot for him.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh man, you work with the oh man, Biscuit. Biscuit, right? You work with Biscuit?"
Biscuit?
No, it wasn't Biscuit.
No.
What was it?
Are you asking the name of my ship?
No, the dude who came in here earlier, and he was
The
all
robot?
Like, yeah.
The Warforged?
Yeah, man.
Cookie. You're thinking of Cookie.
Cookie.
Yeah.
I've always thought cookies are a kind of biscuit, man. It's like they're similar but different.
I'm enlightened to hear your thoughts about baked goods.
Oh man, I love.
But I'm
baked
actually here on
goods.
business, if you don't mind, for a moment, and I'm going to pull out my letter and say I need to make sure that this is going back to the Baron. Can you ensure that this goes there?
And he says, "Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's like one of my major jobs here. Is just processing information and messages and stuff like that. So I'm really good at that, man. So you're like a ship captain, and he keeps on. His eyes are darting around a little bit, almost like he's a little nervous.
Yes, I am. I am a ship captain. I,
He's,
I have to ask. I walked in and I noticed a certain a smell in the air. What were you doing prior to me coming in here, Grennery?
you know what, Captain? Make me a perception check, or investigation.
You-
All right. You can't help but notice that behind one of the very lavish, again, typical of House Lyrandar, one of the lavish curtains, there's a set of boots uh, coming out from the bottom of one of the curtains.
I'm gonna mage hand and move the curtain.
And as you do, uh, you thought you recognized those ruddy old boots, and it's Lila Korth, your quartermaster, and she's there like, "Oh, hey, Captain."
Hello, Lila. What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just coming to check on the House Lyrandar, to make sure everything is good for you, Captain.
Uh, hmm. And you and Grennery here weren't perhaps smoking anything prior to me coming in? Anything that perhaps shouldn't be smoked in, say,
And
Lyrandar properties?
they look at each other and they kind of giggle, like just to each other before like trying to straighten out a little bit before seeing you, and they're like no, not Lyrandar property. It's and Lila kind of steps out. She's like, it's Hathelroot, Captain. It's Hathelroot. It's
Oh,
good stuff. It makes you. It has like medicinal benefits.
and that's the same stuff. All right. Well, I'm just going to forget that I've seen you here, Lila. I'll let you know since you weren't on the ship earlier. We are leaving within the hour. Please make sure that you are back on the ship prior to that. And I'm going to turn back to Grennery. And Grennery, I'm sorry.
She starts to button the top button of her shirt, and she's like, yeah, Captain, I'm headed right there." And she leaves, and Grennery looks a little disappointed, but he's like, "Oh man, all right. Well, what can I do for you again?"
Okay, the letter that you're holding that needs to go back to the Baron.
He completely forgot about that letter. He
Yeah,
looks at it as if it just appeared in his hand, and he's like, "Whoa, yeah, this thing."
Granary, do you have some paper perhaps that we can write this down?
No,
You'll
no.
remember later.
You're sending this back to the Baron. I told you I'm good at this.
Okay,
I can do this.
I have the utmost faith in you from this one interaction.
Just because I don't have a dragon mark doesn't mean I'm not a Delirandar, you know?
That's actually not what is concerning me at the moment, Granary.
All right, man. Well,
but while I'm here, can you also handle the contracts set between Tanis and other members of other houses?
Oh, like the house owes you money?
Correct, as in payment.
Yeah, man. How much was it?
It was a total of 1,200 gold for the ship and crew.
All right. All right. So here's he pulls out this lock box, and he real quick, like, he's like, I gotta turn around, man. Hold on. And he turns around, and he like whispers some words to the box, and it pops open, and then he's like, okay, this right here is a bag of coins. That is 500. and then he sets it down. Here, this right here is a bag of not coins, and then he says, okay, this is another bag of coins. This one's marked 300, so this would be yours, man. And he
Yep.
sets it down, and then he's like, okay, 500 and 300, and then okay, and he pulls out the rest, and he manages to cobble together 1200 Galifar, and he's like, you gonna be able to carry all this, man?
I think I can manage it.
All right. He takes the other bag that wasn't coins and like puts it in his robe, and closes the box, and he's like, hold on. He whispers to the box real quick, and it like you hear it snap shut. He sets it on this table, and yeah. So he hands you your coins, and he's like, hey man, good seafaring and stuff.
Good trips and stuff to you too.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
On my way back to the ship, I'd like to stop back in at the healing potion place and purchase 2 of the orange.
All right. Yeah, Pin is there, and she's actually got a small leash on Pringle now, and so even though as soon as the door opens, you see the baby raptor just dart out of the door, but then get stopped by the leash, and she's like, no, Pringle, this is why you need the leash. Come here, and she's like, oh, you're back. You'd like some more, and so she goes ahead and sells you so you can add 300 gold to your stash,
and then minus 100, correct?
Yeah, minus 100,
okay.
And then the rest will just be distributed amongst your crew.
Right. Perfect. Are healing potions something that are drag and droppable into inventory?
Yeah. Yeah, if you go to the
search. I didn't know if it was just
Potion
something that would show up in there.
Yeah, it should be Potion of Healing.
Perfect.
And remember, Xander, for the 2 that you bought for you and Odin, it's 2d4 plus 4. All right, and anything else you guys want to do?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. And as you head back to the ship, Cookie is waiting there on the gangway, as he was at session 1, and says, Captain, the entire crew has made it on board.
Fantastic, Cookie. Let's set sail. And
Very
if you
well.
could also, once we are at, out to sea, gather the crew. I just want to let them know what's going on real quick because I'm sure they're curious.
Aye, Captain. And so you hear Cookie start shouting out his orders as he always does, and you go ahead and I assume you activate the ship's elemental core.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
the giant ring around the ship goes, and it's all fantastical looking. And you guys start to pull away from Zarashok. The very last light of the sun has gone just as you're pulling out, and you start to make your way down the Glum River. And everyone can get a long rest.
Yay! Do I remember seeing a button for that? Or do not?
No, there's no button for it. You basically just reset. You give yourself all your spells and all your things back, and then reset your HP to max. right. Farther away from Zarashak, the swamp thickens as the night gets darker, and the river itself turns a shade of green under the moonlight. The air is thick with humidity, and the constant breeze that was coming off of the Zarash Bay is gone, so it's at least 5 to 10 degrees hotter in this, even though it's nighttime. And as you guys are getting a long rest, is there anything you want to do on board the ship?
Drink and talk to the crew.
All right. You revel with the crew a little bit. They, of course, want to hear about your adventures.
So would I.
And you could always watch the stream of session 2 at twitch.tv/truckblock.
Edit that out. 1 second. Oh, there's the fucking commercial button.
Advertising somebody else's stream on his.
Yeah.
That part's going to get edited out, I think.
Yep.
All right. So, by the time the party arrives at the Glum River Delta, and let's go ahead and go to the continent map. And again, because this map is freaking huge, you'll have to zoom in a bunch. And I'll bring us all over there. As the ship makes its way down the Glum River, the 12 moons of Eberron begin to, they continue to wax and wane and do their thing. And it is kind of a cloudy night, so you don't see all of it. But let's see, it's maybe like an hour or two to first light by the time you reach there. And so Cookie's there, and he wakes you, Captain, and he says, Captain, we have arrived at the Glum River Delta. Are we just letting off Fern and Dr. Torchlight? Professor Torchlight?
I think the mercenaries and honestly, Cookie, if you're okay with it, myself will be getting off here. If you would take the crew and yourself back to Zarashak and wait for our signal, I'll get with I'll get with Dagrid here in a moment and get that little stone of communication to let you know when to come back.
All right. And Cookie says, actually, I've got something for you. Let's see here. You're actually given Dagrid upon hearing that you are leaving the ship. Oh, by the way, you said you wanted to talk to the crew. Was there anything important you wanted to say?
Oh, I can just let Cookie know. I was just going to, once they got back to Zarashak, I was going to make sure they had enough gold for the first round of drinks, whatever that might cost.
All right. Well, you've got 23 crew members, and so it would cost you about 23 silver, or just 2 gold if you want to give off 2 gold.
Yeah, I'll just do 2 gold.
All right.
So, just for the speediness and getting us to Zarashak anyway.
All right.
Yeah, not getting to stay in Sharn.
Cookie says we will have to convert the ship away from its elemental configuration in order to make it back to Zarashak. But that is no problem, Captain. We'll be gone in a few hours. And Dagrid comes over and he says, "Hey, Captain, you heading off? Make sure take this with you." And he hands you a little. It's a silver metal disc, and you've seen this before. It doesn't often get handed to you because you're usually not leaving the ship. without its captain. But it has a simple button on it, and it's basically, you know that it's basically it's only coded to work with somebody who has the Mark of Storms. And you press the button, and that alerts Dagrid that you are ready to come home, or ready for the ship to come pick you up. So after pressing that button, Captain, you'll see us in about 9 hours, probably 10. We got to get the crew back on board and whatnot. But yeah, you'll see us in about 9 hours.
Fantastic. I have some house business to attend to with our guests, but we'll make sure they don't know of that.
Stay safe, Captain.
Thank you.
And of course, all your officers meet with you, and they wish you well. And Cookie kind of takes charge and starts barking out the orders again. And one of the crew members takes you, Xander, Fern, Odin, and Professor Torchlight in a long boat to shore. Because you can't get the ship that close. And you are now on the shore of the Glum River as the sun's first light is just barely peeking up, creating shadows through the trees. And so you guys want to go ahead and start moving?
Yeah, I'm assuming we need to head wherever Fern and Professor Torchlight needed to go. I think that's what you said would be first, and then...
Yeah, Fern, you know where this place is. You are mildly familiar with not only the terrain, but how to get to this gatekeeper camp. You have before taking on your position as a bounty hunter / bodyguard / ranger, you've been here. You were taken here by your mentor. And so Fern will be the guide for the party. And as you guys are walking off, you see the mast start to get raised on the Stormhound as they prepare to head back to Zarashok. And you guys start heading through the swamp. It's thick, it's rough, it's muddy. You step one time and you just get a little mud. You step another time, you go ankle deep in the mud, and you gotta pull your boots up out of it. And as you get farther away from the shore, Rhinarian, let's go into RPG side room 1.
So, Fern,
Mm-hmm.
come here often? I got nothing. What's up?
Oh yeah, I've been here last time.
Yeah.
I love coming to walk through the marsh
That's what
on
she
my
said.
days off.
Oh, my bad. So, why are we here? Fill in the player, not the Xander.
The professor, my employer, has something to work on out here.
Why are we here? Pointing at me and Odin.
The guys we were chasing last session took off across the water and into the marsh, and so you guys are just sort of here because it's same junk.
Oh, right. Odin hired you to
area.
track them, right, or something? Is that what Odin told me before? Okay.
Yep.
And he hired you with his money, right? How much
Yes.
How much is he paying you? Whatever you say, I completely believe it because he's not here.
Actually, I don't know that was no. You guys just owe us a favor.
Just what?
You just owe us a favor.
Can I owe you some gold coin instead?
Well, at the time, it was just helping him through the city. Didn't really talk about beyond that.
What's up, guys?
Nothing. You feel free
Oh.
to watch the stream at Rain
Oh.
Twitch.tv/Rainblade.
Touche.
You're not gonna find what happened on Truck Stream.
Oh.
What stream can we find it on, Xander?
The one you're literally
looks
watching.
like twitch.tv/Rainblade.
Yeah, that's what I was setting you up for there.
The one you're literally watching. I'm confused.
So, you guys travel all day. Through the mud, through the swamp. You see a couple of snakes. You see a couple of animals that just, seeing that you're a larger group of people of humanoid size. Maybe if you were alone, they would try something. But since you're in a larger group, they kind of stay on the outskirts of your vision. And as Fern leads you guys all the way through the crawling swamp, almost to the deep wood, you've done about 20 miles. And you know that this is it's a 40-mile trip. And so it's going to take you're going to have to spend the night here in the woods, or in the swamp. So after about 20 miles, as you near the tree line of the deep wood, you see something in the distance to the northwest that's a little alarming at first, especially for you, Xander, until you realize that it's not moving. And you almost do a double take. And once you realize it's not moving, the immediacy of fear and a little bit of panic goes away, and you recognize this thing as a Warforged Colossus, a giant kaiju-sized robot that isn't moving, and you imagine it's been that way for a long time because it's missing both of its arms and one of its legs.
Mhm. I doubt there's anything that I could actually scrap from there that'd be useful to us. Because I'm definitely not my skill set.
Make a history check.
Hey, Professor, it's kind of your thing, isn't it?
Well, this really isn't his field. So you being
Wow.
Look at that. All right, I've got some stuff to tell you.
Oh, the DM's all excited. Like, yeah, I prepared for this. I didn't get the healing
Yay.
potion cost. I prepared for this.
All right, 2d4 plus 2 it is.
I got a healing potion for
No, I'm
that.
just kidding. All right. So both Xander and Odin, the two of you know this part. This metal monstrosity is very out of place here in the crawling swamp. As far as you knew, all of the Warforged Colossi were being used in the fight for Ciri on the day of the morning, which means that they're either still laying down there destroyed, or they're already gone, becoming part of the mists of the Mournland. Your recollections of the war seem suddenly vivid, and you remember that it's been less than 2 years since that war ended, but it feels like a lifetime ago. So, because you rolled a d20, I got some other stuff for you. You know that the Warforged Colossi were manned by very elite folks. These had to be smart people who knew their jobs and knew it well. Not just anybody could jump in there and even handle some of the side duties of running the Warforged Colossus. So these elite folks probably had elite gear. And also, because you rolled a 20, the exact inner workings of the Colossi were a House Cannith secret. But you do know that it took someone with a Mark of Storms to fire the weaponry, and someone with a Mark of Passage from House de Orion to move the legs, as well as the Mark of Making from House Cannith to pilot it. And there's a very short list of people that have seen inside of one of these things.
We're about to be added to that list. Let's do this. Rhinarian, let's stay out because you can fire the weapons. Or more reason for you to come in. I haven't decided yet. Let's go.
I can do what?
Yeah. It takes somebody with a Mark of Storms to fire the weapons.
No, I'm sorry. That was Rhinarian reacting to
Oh, okay.
the information.
Right, because you didn't know that. Got
What
it.
you see is you hire someone with the Mark of Storms to fire the weapons. So you can go boom.
Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing.
And not very many people have actually seen the inside, so you guys want to go explore? And we're camping here
Yeah.
anyway, right?
Yeah, it's pretty late at this point.
Right. All right.
Were you prepared for this, DM? Out of curiosity, so did I?
No. Absolutely prepared.
Awesome.
I'm just
I
parsing
wasn't-
through.
I wasn't trying to give you shit. I was actually kind of curious if you've seen this coming or not.
Nope. It's kind of a side quest, but it's also good for the characters. That's a little meta. So as you get closer to the Warforged Colossus, you see that it is completely overgrown with vegetation. It has been here for some time. You imagine probably since the morning. Though again, you have no idea as to how it
It's
got
been like
here.
12 hours.
I think the morning is like an event.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
So, the symbol WX-12 is written on the one giant leg that still exists. And because you rolled that 20, I'm not even going to ask you to roll again. You know that WX-12 was codenamed Timber. And it was definitely in Siri when the morning happened. So... Absolutely. I would expect nothing less. All right. All right. The swamp water is thick here, and now that you're closer to the Colossus, you get a better feel for how awesomely huge it is. The ground is thick with mud, covered with green algae, with a few scattered trees and rocks around. And there are patches of the ground where it looks like the sticks and rocks that have made it over this area have accumulated, maybe after a heavy rain or something like that, but it does seem like there's just these very specific patches of sticks and rocks. The sun sinks lower for the afternoon, creating a shimmer on the landscape if you catch it at the right angle. So as you guys approach here, we'll say the Colossus is at the north end of the map. Give me a Fern. Give me a perception survival check. Either perception survival or perception nature. So basically, I want you to roll both, and then we'll take the average. Holy cannoli.
That's pretty easy to figure out.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Fern, everyone else is just like, oh, look, the stick's bundled up there. And you know that these are traps where underneath those sticks are burrowed wolf spiders, giant wolf spiders. And they basically wait for somebody to walk by, and then they pop out and do their thing.
So, Odin first.
Odin knows nothing. What do you share that information, Fern?
And I'm just like, guys, you see those over there? Don't go near them. No, not if you want to not be a snack or something.
Odin's
He's
like,
over
over
where?
where?
Over what? The route?
Those
you're right.
sticks over there.
I should put something. I should have put something on this map to actually.
Oh no,
Uh,
we were giving her trouble for her description of what
No, I agree
what
with
it is we
DM,
were
but
to watch
still.
out for.
I agree with DM, but I'm just trying to see how far I can push Odin because Truck's not here.
all right. Oh man, I looked for a quick image of like sticks, and I got a pool table.
Okay, that works.
Nice.
So
I'm okay with that.
pool table it is. All right. So Fern, you recognize where these are,
Mm-hmm.
and what do you do?
I say, don't veer off the path and follow me.
All right. Fern's gonna lead the way. Dalen's in the back,
Don't
rumbling.
follow the lights.
So what's underneath these sticks, Fern?
Giant hairy ass spiders.
All right.
Is that like the
Did they-
family Harry has, or is that like the genus?
All right. I want everyone to make me a stealth check with advantage.
Cool.
And I'll roll it for Dalen. As you guys try to bypass these guys. You get advantage because you know where they are.
Oh boy, Xander.
That was the Odin's. This is mine.
Oh, that says Xander.
Oh, good.
What are you doing?
Oh, right.
Oh, it says Odin.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. They both say Odin at the bottom. Weird.
Oh, cause I don't know. There you go. They're both masculine.
Yeah.
By the way.
So, you know, everyone else is pretty stealthy. Except for Xander and Odin, they're wearing heavy armor in both
fucking
cases.
Trying. You're not even fucking trying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you see, I'm gonna get rid of these pool tables because one, they look stupid, and two, they're in my way. You see, as one spider pops out, and then they all pop out.
Oh boy.
And let's go ahead and let's do this. Roll initiative as these spiders pop out, and immediately I'm not going to let them get their surprise round on you. All right, I see
Yikes.
Odin, Xander, Rhinarian, Fern. Oh, right, Dalen. We get Dalen and initiative.
Do we lose Rhinarian?
I'm reloading. Whenever I'm clicking on my token, I'm not getting my HP. Weird. Still not getting it.
Or maybe you're setting on the token.
Oh, never mind. It's. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was my bad.
Oh, you're good.
I was messing with tokens earlier. All right, so let's sort by descending here. And this giant wolf spider here. Just to give you guys a quick picture. There's a giant wolf spider.
Yay.
he is going to do. What's his speed? Oh, 40. Cool. He's going to rush over and attack Dalen. Ouch.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, those are really good rolls on that poison. So he jumps over and attacks Dalen. Though, I guess really, doesn't Dalen have freaking mage armor or something like that? Not that it matters.
yeah, Alex is going to top
this
of 20
case.
at the moment. He's not Azure. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. So this guy runs over. This little spider runs over and attacks Dalen, and successfully attacks Dalen. This wolf spider goes ahead. He's gonna get.
So
Coming
is
over
the,
to
is the
Fern.
water not rough terrain?
It will be, yes. The water is rough terrain for
Uh,
for everyone pretty much.
Okay, so doesn't that cut his movement in half to 20?
Yeah,
For
he would
both-
still get
For both
1,
wolf
2,
spiders,
3, 4, 5.
25.
He'd be able to move
Okay.
over to Fern because he has a speed of 40.
So
And let's see,
4.
Fern.
And the first wolf spider wouldn't have, would they? Yeah, whatever.
Does 13 hit you, Fern?
No.
Does not. All right. This one's going to come down. Really? Where was he?
On the land, correct? Right here. Let's see, it's underwater.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because half. Okay. But half of 20 should only be 4. Half of 40 is 20. So 4 spaces.
Yeah, these are 4-foot squares.
Okay, fuck it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Just because Professor is not
And-
here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have fought nearly as much. But Professor is not here.
All right. That also means that they'll make it all the way up there, but they haven't done anything yet. This one would be able to make it to Fern, and this on that bite. And Fern, you're surrounded by spiders. What will you do?
DM, I would like to shift, please.
All right. So
Oh, shift. I did not hear shift.
Oh.
I heard I would like to shit.
So, curiosity. Are you guys using the Multiverse of Madness or the Eberron shifter?
we're using Eberron.
Okay.
We're
think
using
that was actually
Eberron.
better.
I'm not. I haven't incorporated anything Multiverse of Madness quite yet. Not into this game, just because we started without it. At a future time, maybe. So, you see as Fern goes ahead and just, she kind of, it's not very ragey. Like, she doesn't like Hulk out and rage, but she does shift. Her features become a lot sharper. She grows fur all over her body, and she takes on a very cat-like appearance. We agreed on, Fern.
Yeah.
And you even see as a as her claws elongate, and she grows fangs and everything. And all right, so you have shifted as a bonus action. What will you do?
I'm going to draw my short sword and like
All right. She goes ahead. Arms go to opposite sheaths. Pull out those two weapons. And which one will you attack?
I'll do the one on my left.
All right. Go ahead.
Wait, can I use both or just one? Moment.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the second strike is a bonus action, which you already used. So you'd have to choose between the two.
Do the short sword.
All right, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay!
All right, so Fern draws her weapons and immediately with that short sword just spins around and cuts it across the face. It reels back from trying to bite her, realizing that was a poor decision. Anything else you'd like to do, Fern?
No, I'm just gonna stand there and snarl and be scary looking.
All right. This wolf spider is going to rush down and try to bite Fern. And this one does get you. And you take 2 piercing, 4 poison. Dalen is going to see what he's got here. He's going to disengage as an action. And run up next to Xander for protection. And then as a bonus action, he's going to cast Healing Word on Fern. So Fern, you recover 7 hit points. So you're back at full.
Yes.
And you hear him grumble something to Phil. All right, Rhinarian. Spiders abound. What will you do?
Let's see. If, just as a question, if something is a 15-foot cube from me, it would end at this point? Or did it end all the way up here?
Does it say a 15-foot cube originating at the caster?
Yes, originating from you.
Oh,
okay.
Right. Never mind. 15-foot cube. Oh, yeah. Here, drop it in chat.
Sure. Oh, shit. I dropped that the wrong way.
Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you. Oh, okay.
So the thought being I could run somewhere along this area and push. I don't know if maybe pushing the spiders towards Xander would allow for any reactions or anything.
So I believe it actually does for Xander's case.
As well as then getting these two away from me, and then I can just focus on this one down here.
So if you wanted to, let's see, this will be
So like
10,
if I ran,
15.
I was thinking I'd have to come here to avoid hitting those two.
Yeah, if you ran around to here, so that'd be 10, 15, 25. Well, these are only half covered. I'd let you make it to here. And then you could 15-foot cube push them.
What if I were to do it from here?
From here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that
I think that should still hit this one as well and push it towards Odin up here.
All right,
because it pushes him 10 feet.
15-foot cube from caster.
From here. So if I came... Oh, fuck. I guess I'd have to come here.
Yeah. Yep, that would do it.
Okay. Should I take that accidental roll or roll again?
No, that's
But-
fine. Well, go ahead and roll again because you were just showing. Oh no, I thought
that
we were
was a
doing good.
failure. That's all right.
All right. So it's a DC 13 con save. All right. So group check, con save. DC is 13. Damage is 4, and yep, damage on save is half. All right. So this one does not get pushed.
Which
This
one
one
is that?
does. This one right here
Okay.
does
That's
not get
fine.
pushed. This one gets pushed back by 10 feet.
Does that allow Odin any reactions?
Odin, no.
Oh, boo. Well, that wasn't near as cool as I hoped it would be.
If I was paying attention earlier, I would have gotten 2 free attacks, one from Odin, one from Xander, but I wasn't paying attention.
That's D&D. That's my turn.
All right. The dice don't lie. Anything else for Narian?
No, I'm just gonna hang my head in shame.
All right. This wolf spider will take its full movement. 10, 20, 30, 40, and then he will move here. All right. This one 5, 15, 25, 35, and then continue on. Xander, you are up, sir.
Just step right there and attack this one right here with my glaive.
All right, go for it. That is a hit.
As a bonus action,
All
attack with the
right.
butt of the glaive.
Go ahead. That's a hit. All right. So you swipe at this thing and you cut off some of its legs and it's just laying there with no legs. And then you bring the butt of the glaive down and you crush the head of this spider. Anything else?
Is it?
All right. Odin. What would Odin like to do? Take all the damage?
Gonna attack this one right here.
All right. Ooh, that's going to be a miss.
Okay, and as a bonus action, he's going to shove Wolf Spider 1 diagonal 1 spot. Athletics check. Shield bash, basically.
All right.
Actually, he's gonna knock it prone. Okay.
All right. So he is knocked prone. And
that
we'll
is
say this is prone. All right. We are now on round 1. Zero's the number. It's round 1. All right. This spider is going to try and bite Fern. That's going to hit.
As a reaction,
Ooh.
Odin's gonna attack him. Sentinel.
All right. Now, does that save her from being hit?
If it kills it first, I think. It's up to you. It doesn't really say. It just says as a reaction. So probably not. Because it probably has to attack to get the reaction. So probably not.
Got it. All right, so Fern, you take 11 damage. And go ahead and roll that attack. That is a hit. Okay. So as this thing comes in, it kind of opens itself up for Odin to just come in with that battle axe and hit it right in the side. Green goo goes gushing out of the side of the spider. Alright, this spider is now going to make a bite as well. 11 does not hit you. Fern.
I'm gonna use my shifting reaction and move away 10 feet.
Alright. Go ahead and move 10 feet.
And
So that reaction. Let's see. Da-da-da-da.
Doesn't provoke attacker's opportunity.
Uh, when a creature ends its turn within 5 feet of you.
The one that attacked her did, technically.
Right. So, all right. So you're going to move 10 feet, and what will you do?
I'm going to shoot at those.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit. Which one?
The one to Odin's upper left.
Okay. Giant Spider 5. So you drop your 2 weapons, you pull out your bow, and go ahead and make that attack. That's going to be a hit.
Yay!
And you slice right through this thing with an arrow. All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna pick up my other 2 weapons.
All right. You'll actually have to do that at the beginning of your next turn,
Okay.
if you wanted to do that. All right. Spider's going to come in, and they're all going to gang up on Odin here. 17 does the 17 hit?
Does not.
All right. Dalen is going to. He really doesn't have any damage. I thought he was joking. Yeah. He is going to. You know what? He's going to pick up your 2 weapons and hand them to you. So that way you can have them back.
Yay!
All right, Renarian.
Just a moment ago, sorry, before I go, whenever I was blowing, were you guys able to hear that?
No.
Okay. Whenever you said it was breaking up, I just wanted to make sure that my mute switch
Were
wasn't
you
broken.
talking about your thunder shock or something different?
Fuck you. All right. I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on the one next to me.
All right, go ahead. That is a hit.
Wow. This is massive damage.
All right, you grab one of those spider legs, and it. There's something else with this, right?
Yeah, I can't take reactions, so
Can't
I'm
take
going to go ahead and move
reactions, all
away. And I'm going to dart my happy little butt up here near the heavier fighters.
All right. This spider is going to attack Odin. They're not very smart. And this spider is going to run up and attack Xander.
As a reaction, as soon as it gets 10 feet away from me, I get a free attack.
All right. So we'll have him here. Go ahead and make your attack. That's a hit. All right. So just as he's crawling up towards you, you go ahead and put that glaive into him. And you see this green goo come up in between, out of the fur that's in his back, the back of his abdomen there. And he's going to come up here and try to bite you. And now it's your turn.
Okay. Glaive attack on it.
That's a hit. All right. You take that glaive, you go ahead and slice down the same spot, and it splits in half.
as a butt attack, I will attack spider number 1. Oh, actually, no, I get a full glaive attack, so I reduce it to 0.
Yeah, and actually roll with advantage because he's prone.
Oh, right. I'll just roll again then.
All right, that is a miss.
And I will take I will step here.
Odin is surrounded by spiders.
Dodge
They are crawling all over him and trying to bite through his armor.
Dodge action.
All right. Then that makes him roll with disadvantage. Fern.
I'm going to shoot at Wolf Spider 1.
Which one?
Number 1.
Oh, all right. Go ahead. All right. And go ahead and roll me damage. All right. You hit him, and you know he seems pretty pissed off about it. What else do you do?
Can I move another 10 feet as a reaction?
Well,
That's
nobody
still-
ended their turn within 10 feet of you, or within 5 feet of you, but you could still move as your move action.
Okay.
All right, that'll end your turn.
Yep.
All right, Wolf Spider gets disadvantage. Biting. Nope. Dalen is going to do something. What is he gonna do? He can.
Fern could use some health points.
I got a health potion for you.
He is going to. Man. Can he use command on a spider?
I don't see why not.
If it doesn't understand your language, right? So he can't.
Is it language?
Yeah. It says in command if the spell is no effect if the target is undead or if it doesn't understand your language. These spiders are not house trained. So he's going to go ahead and cheer on the party. His heals are very limited right now. Renarian.
Well, since this meat shield just walked in front of me for shooting, I guess I'm gonna step aside so I don't shoot him. And I'm gonna take a shot at Wolf Spider 1 with Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Roll damage. So, you straight Hadouken that spider, and it pops. And it just... Oh, it actually comes from your staff, though, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. You jab that staff out like it's a spear, and the Eldritch Blast flies out, and this thing just pops. Anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Wait, I think I heard you blow that time.
Next time I'm not stepping to the side.
All right, disadvantage on a bite. Ooh, he goes ahead and bites, and Odin's going to get the opportunity because this guy he goes for the bite. Odin puts up his shield, and he's going to get the opportunity to either shove or make prone the spider. Go ahead and roll me
Spider
an
number
athletics
4?
check. Yep.
Prone. I'm shooting 4. It's an athletics check.
Yep, he is now prone. Xander.
He is going to step right here next to the spider and attack it with advantage. So he will go ahead and use Weapon Master.
All right. That's going to be a hit. This is not going to be good for the spider.
22 damage.
The you know when Odin knocked him off of the shield, the spider actually landed on his back and his legs were all flailing around, and you just come in and cut him in half. Anything else?
Yeah, another attack against spider number 6.
All right. That's going to hit.
I actually forgot to turn that off, but oh well. 16 damage.
Yeah, you are cutting through these things pretty hard.
And that is it.
Odin.
Where's Odin?
Oh,
Well,
right.
what's Odin
Sorry.
gonna do?
Sorry. Battle axe.
All right, that is not gonna hit.
Knock prone.
All right. Yep, he is knocked prone.
And then
Fern.
he's going to step back. There. Actually,
All
no,
right.
he's not going to move at all because if the fire goes after Fern.
Fern, what will you do? Since the spider has been knocked prone, you will get disadvantage with ranged attacks.
Okay. Then I will drop my bow, draw my sword, and move up to it.
All right. So you got your sword and your light hammer, and you have both your action and your bonus action, which you can make with advantage.
Ooh. So should I use
It's entirely up to you which one.
dual wielder?
As far as dual wielder, blah blah blah. You get a +1 to AC, blah blah. Yeah. So yeah, you would use the dual wielder to draw both weapons.
Okay. And I will hit with the short sword first.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll with advantage, or just roll the short sword again, just on the off chance you get a nat 20. All right. So it's going to be a hit. Go ahead and roll damage for the short sword. All right. 5 piercing damage, and then with advantage, go ahead and roll me that light hammer. And go ahead and roll me damage. Okay, so the spider's on his back, and you have cut him. You have smashed him with a hammer, and now it's his turn. He is going to flip over to the other side and go ahead and try to attack you.
As a bonus action or reaction, Owen's going to get a free attack.
And Fern, you take 6 damage. That's a
Cool.
hit. And in response, the battle axe comes down just as the spider lodges its fangs into your chest. And then the battle axe comes down and just cuts it off, and the 2 fangs are all that's left, just stuck into you.
That's just lovely.
All right, and let's see here. Trying to see what Dalen can do. If he would have went down, he would cast Spare the Dying.
He's our skill monkey. He's okay.
Yep. So that combat is over. Pretty intense. And so, what do you guys do now?
It's pretty late.
Yeah.
Hey, I still want to explore that damn mech.
Well, yeah, all right.
And as you look to the mech, as you look to the Warforged Colossus, it's laid out. It's got no arms. It's got the one leg sticking out, and a door on the bottom of the foot facing you guys opens up, and you hear a staticky noise from within.
Fine. Xander comes over.
Well, doesn't Odin have like lay on hands or something?
Xander does.
Oh,
I will go ahead. And you said you only have 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
I will use my
Yeah.
full pull and give you 10 hit points.
Whee!
Yeah, Fern was looking pretty rough. She had like one eye was actually swollen shut, the other's just bloodshot and looking out. She's pulling those two spider fangs out of her chest and just kind of hunched over a little bit. And Xander goes ahead and gives you 10 hit points. And what do you
Thanks, man.
guys? You guys want to head in?
did
Of
did that
course.
noise sound familiar at all? Ring any
It didn't.
bells? Okay.
No, it did not.
Yeah, I mean,
Where's
I want to
this
go
thing
check it
at?
out.
Say what, Fern?
Where's it at? Do you have it on the map?
It's off the top of the map.
Oh,
I
okay.
made the map in Dungeon Alchemist, and there's no way to add like a Warforged foot. A giant foot.
Mhm.
So let's go to the new map here.
Ooh. Okay, there we go. And this is in Dungeon Alchemist?
No, not this one.
Oh, okay.
This is actually from one of the. It's a remastered map of a Warforged Colossus. As you go inside, the door shuts behind you, but then hooded lanterns open with a squeal, revealing the magical light of ever-burning torches. Various bugs and smaller critters scatter from the reveal, and you get the sense that this is the first time that that's happened in quite a while. The smell of old oil permeates this place, which is such a far cry from the swamp. Instead of the naturally occurring landscape, all you see are sharp right angles and cogs that lock into one another, though some of the cogs have fallen or are no longer at the correct angle to work properly. A single cart set into a track that goes all the way back to the other side of the leg seems locked into place. Nearby there's a horn on the wall, and a tinny voice comes over the horn and says, "Are you there? Are you there? Can you help me?"
Would I know how to answer back?
No.
Odin's like, "We're here! We're here to help!" And he just starts yelling.
There's no answer. You can make me a straight intelligence check if you really.
That's funny.
Didn't mean to do it with advantage. Yeah, it's not something that you guys are really familiar with. Though Dalen does say, Dalen does mention that it's probably some sort of PA system, basically. Meant for spreading one's voice throughout the Colossus. All right, and at the opposite side of the leg, you see a hatch that leads further in.
So you head that way. We got someone to help. Odin, Xander, start moving down.
All right, Dalen follows along. And
That's a marching
as you
order.
guys,
I assume this is a marching order.
yeah. As you guys get to the end here, I'll just bunch you up and move you around here. And as you get to the end, you then move into.
It's pretty.
All right. As you enter from the leg, the hooded lanterns once again give a metallic creak as they open to reveal where you are in the Colossus, and you can kind of guess that you're in the hips of the Colossus. On the opposite end of the room, you see a door that has been mangled shut, and that makes sense because the other leg was indeed missing. And you know that it doesn't lead anywhere. There are a few puddles of standing water, and there are various pipes and cogs and mechanical things that you're sure is beyond the comprehension of anyone not named to Kenneth. At the centerpiece of the room is a rounded metal cage containing an orb of some kind.
Hey, Professor, you want to go poke it?
Let's see. Let's have him make an Arcana check.
Can I also make an Arcana check?
Yeah. Yeah, you make it with advantage
Okay.
based on what I told you.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
All right. Why
Ah.
are you not letting me scroll? Stupid sheet. I'm gonna have to reopen it.
And I make one too.
All right.
Yeah, it's not my night for the rolls.
If you're proficient with it, you can, Fern.
I think we put one.
Let's see. Is there if there's not a check mark next to it, then you're
Okay.
not proficient with it. All right, so Dalen does take a look at this item without touching it. He just kind of leans in, and he's looking up at it as opposed to the rest of you that would be looking down. And he says, "It's a cage of some kind."
I still, even though I rolled poorly, mentioned what was sent.
You're gonna have to explain that.
I'm sorry. The message that you sent me, even though I rolled poorly, is that something I still know and then can share?
Oh yes, absolutely. That's what I meant. Is you're gonna have to tell them.
Okay. So once the professor mentions that it looks like a cage, I just also mentioned, it seems similar to the cage on my ship, the one that holds the elemental that powers my whole ship. This may be the power source for at least this leg of this Colossus.
So, is it empty? Odin walks up and pokes it.
The green and brown swirl inside of the cage does seem to shift, and it very much looks like something that might be alive. But you're also very, with the exception of Rhinarian, you're all very unfamiliar with seeing this and understanding that it is an elemental, other than the fact that Rhinarian told you that's what it looks like on his ship.
My understanding from whenever I was reading about how the ship worked and the elemental, I have to bind to the elemental before I can actually control it. Is that right?
Yes.
That I can talk to it even if I were to go up to it, and I think that works. Does that work regardless if it's my elemental or any elemental?
So it does matter.
Okay.
One, that this the way that it's caged and the wards and everything that the gnomes use, that's something that you're not even 100% about knowledgeable about, because the gnomes themselves, their process of binding those elementals within those cages is a secretive process that they don't even share with House Cannith.
So it's a similar design, but it's not similar enough that I would feel comfortable just walking up and putting a hand on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's yeah.
I mean, unless you
I'm
really
good.
wanted to.
No. I would need to be 100% confident. Nope, I'm good. Not touching it.
All right, and from a nearby horn, I need your help, please. Up the ladders, all the way to the top. I need your help. I'm desperate.
Rug. We done looking around here, guys?
Yeah, up the ladders.
Up the ladders. Was this
All
thing
right,
like
let me
laying
go.
on its side, or is the ladder really going up, or do we like walk along the ladder?
It was kind of sitting down with the one leg sticking out.
Up the ladder.
All right, so I'm gonna stack you all up here.
And this is like the hip area. We're now going into the chest.
We're in its dick.
Huh?
You
We're
are
in its
not.
dick.
You are not in the Colossus dick. Okay.
Wow.
Really? Cause I see it's like 2 legs. Like, where else were we at?
Well, I just wanted to make sure, since the weapon
right.
thing was mentioned earlier, that wasn't
All
a
right.
weapon.
dick?
You're now in the abdomen of the
The
Colossus. The lanterns once again squeak open and reveal a small room with a large door and some sort of control panel. Over here, it looks like there's some sort of containment unit on the western wall that holds something.
Honestly,
And
we have no idea what's
and that
going on here,
containment-
so I should up the ladder.
that containment unit is shielded by some sort of rune.
Yeah, like I said, we know nothing in this entire area, so I wouldn't fuck with it. Odin will, but Xander won't. I should keep going up the ladder.
Yeah, unless it's something that looks familiar, I don't want to touch it.
Odin goes, "Hey, I can read that. It
All right.
says, I'm pretty sure."
Odin, join me in RPG Side Room 1.
Okay.
All right. Odin, you can read the rune. It reads safety, and as you approach it, the rune actually glows and hums with a sort of arcane energy. And that glowing and humming, you feel connected to it. And that glowing, it just seems like the rune is getting larger even as you stop moving towards it. and it gets larger and larger until it's all that you can see.
Does Xander see this?
No,
Can Xander
Xander
read
does
the
not
rune?
see this. Xander cannot read the rune.
So it's just Odin that can read it.
That's correct.
He
Everyone
pokes it.
else just seemed to kind of, not know what it is and not know what it does. And Dalen was silent during this time. So you say he pokes it?
Odin pokes the rune.
He touches the rune and a light flashes. And you suddenly find yourself still surrounded by metal. But you're standing in a forge of some kind, but everything is wrong. And you are tiny compared to everything else that's there. And you hear a loud clanging as if somebody was working the actual forge.
Is it possible to walk towards the town?
As you walk towards the sound, you see this gigantic, looks kind of like a humanoid if it weren't so damn tall. And this gigantic man turns, and he's got red skin with long black hair pulled back in a ponytail, and he stands up from the bench, and he's holding this large spiked tower shield that for him looks like a normal size for a good tower shield, but to you it's the size of a building. He holds it, admiring his work, and then suddenly notices that you're there, and he meets your eyes with his own fiery ones. And he taps the shield on the ground, not 50 feet from where you stand, creating a vibration in your feet that eventually shakes your whole body. And he does it again and starts laughing loudly as you start to lose your bearings. You start to lose your balance. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw. All right. So you're able to stand.
It's
You're
fine.
able to stand up and keep from falling over.
Yeah.
And
Odin's gonna give him one of those looks like, bring it.
and he honestly kind of just gives you one of those impressed. But then he taps his shield one more time, and the ground below you collapses entirely beneath your feet. And you fall for what seems like miles through a bright blue sky on a clear day. Enormous figures standing on a cloud are preoccupied with a large device that looks like a magical cannon, very similar to the magical cannons that you would have recognized from your military time. One of them brings his hand down on top of the control panel for the cannon, and it fires a beam of magical energy, barely missing you, but putting you into a weird spin, falling through the air. And you catch brief glimpses of the beam's target as you spin around. It's a circular object up in the sky, not one that you recognize in the Eberron night sky. And it is there beyond the rings of Sybaris. And a cloud below you rushes forth as you fall, and faster until you hit it. And it's solid. And it's very, very cold. And as you push yourself up, you find that you're actually face down in snow, surrounded by mountains. You bring your head up to see dark-skinned elves, similar to your size, wearing rags and chains as they toil away at this glacier with pickaxes. Within the glacier is a dark shape, even bigger than the nearby giant blue-skinned beings. Only marginally shorter than the red guy that you saw earlier, and the blue ones on top of the cloud. They still tower above you. They spot you in the snow, and then you hear a growling from behind. And a wolf, at least 10 times your size, is baring its yellow fangs at you. And as it goes in to bite, you find yourself completely taken by the wolf's fangs. And then you find yourself on the chamber inside the Colossus with your party looking at you. Let's go back to the main room.
Understood. So, Odin wipes a drool from his chin.
Yeah, to you
So-
guys, Odin poked the rune, and then just like armor and all just fell over, just timber and fell just to the ground. And then
Oh, shit.
moments later, he kind of comes awake, wide-eyed.
Odin?
Did anyone take the time to draw a penis on his forehead?
Nope.
No.
I guess Xander could have.
Xander could have.
Doesn't have a high enough bluff to blame it on someone else.
You okay
He
there?
didn't know he
buddy?
fell over.
Yeah. Odin shakes his head, looks around. That says safety as he points to the rune and smiles.
And you all look at the rune, and it's definitely something that you do not recognize.
What language is that rune?
Odin shrugs.
Uh,
Idiotic? I understand just
Okay.
fine.
So it said safety, and you touched it.
Uh-huh. It's
And
not.
then you
okay.
fell over.
And then yeah. Did you get shocked or something?
Don't you guys know the team building exercise is supposed to catch me? Supposed to feel safe with this team.
Usually you tell the people that you're doing the team building exercise before you do it.
Odin gets up and he just kind of shakes his head. It's like, okay. Says safety. I was tripping balls. He touches it again.
Nothing happens. It does continue to glow when you're near it.
Should we just go upstairs?
So you have a door here, and you have the ladder going up here.
Oh, there's a door.
Yeah, this is a door. I didn't draw the lines very well.
The voice wants us upstairs, but there's
But the-
exploration.
Door is tempting. My thought, go upstairs, hopefully save whoever it is asking for help first. We always had time to explore afterwards.
And the
Not if it
voice
self-destructs.
comes over a nearby horn. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I don't want to be here even one more day. I do not want to be. And then it cuts out.
Props on the Christopher Walken impersonation. Good job.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
he's inside.
It sure sounds like
Colossus.
it sure sounds like that voice is trapped here. We're sure we're not gonna like get trapped here too?
You should have mentioned that before we entered in. Too late now,
I'm mentioning it now.
We're
We
already
can always
here.
try to bust out.
Oh, we can also try to bust out higher up. And we're already here.
Okay. Well, lead the way. Strong.
Fuck it.
All right.
Xander shrugs and goes first this time. Up the
All
ladder.
right, let me gather you guys up here. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Man,
whoop,
Truck
whoop.
really needs to be here for this.
Yep. Let's see. You are now in the chest of the Warforged Colossus, and again you see some puddles of water on the ground, what appears to be water, and this is a common area and kitchen. Look harmless enough, other than the stench of old food is almost overbearing. There's dishes in the sink. There's playing cards on the table. It definitely looks lived in, but there's a thin layer of dust over everything, and not to mention the just the overall magical aura that you see on top of things. And there's a door here. There's a door here, here, and here.
Xander looks over to Odin. Any other runes?
Odin does not see any.
Odin just yells, "Okay, voice, sky voice. Are we out of ladders?"
No, there's a ladder right here.
Oh.
You're almost there. Please. I'm so excited to be saved from this hell. Please.
Up
You
the
guys-
ladders.
The ladder.
Up the ladder.
I mean,
Alright.
if we're gonna explore after.
That's the idea. Hopefully.
Alright, we gather you all up.
I'm really worried this thing's just gonna like self-destruct end of mission.
Oh, it's possible.
All the loot will be gone.
Alright. The control rooms in here, they look like, oh, sorry. You don't actually see any control rooms. There are doors here, here, and here. There are some sort of containment units here and here that look like they're filled with Eberron dragon shards. And there's a wooden cot here.
Eberron dragon shards. Where exactly are those?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. Let's see. Do. I actually had something for this.
Are they a precious commodity?
Yes. They are a precious commodity, and I had lore for you guys on that.
Did you check next to the prices of the healing potions? Once again, fucker, you spawned the TV. Actually, that was Rhinarian in the DM, but still. Poor Fern, it was
All
her
right.
TV.
Well, I had something for that. I may have actually just typed it out instead of that. But Eberron dragon shards are used in place of spell components. They can be used in place of spell components, and they carry the same. So basically, like, 300 gold of magical dragon shards would replace a 300 gold diamond necessary for Revivify.
Does Professor need any? Or does Rhinarian need any? Rhinarian, you're muted.
Well, at the moment, no, I don't need it, but I'm sure in the future I could, and I'm sure in the future the professor could as well.
All right, so you guys want to search
yeah, I
these
definitely-
containers?
I definitely want to try to search some.
All right.
See what I can get.
You find within them plenty of dragon shards between the two. They're not entirely full, but you do find, we'll say, roll me a d10.
Alright.
Rhinarian. All right. Roll me another d10.
Womp womp.
You find 500 gold worth of Eberron dragon shards. So if somebody could add that to the party loot or whatever.
I think that was something that the professor was taking care of.
I got it. Maybe.
All right, and nothing else seems to be of value in this room.
Oh,
Except for a message on this wall, written in blood, that says, "Forgive us." In
written
common.
in blood.
Yes.
Odin goes and pokes it. It worked last time,
The blood has been dried for a very long time.
so no tripping balls.
No.
Okay. He points at it. This one says, "Forgive us."
I wonder what they wanted to be forgiven for. what crimes or things they may have done.
I have a feeling we're gonna find out very soon.
I do as
All right.
well.
So you got door, door, and ladder.
Ladder.
Before we go up anymore, can I bonus? It would usually be a bonus action, but I just want to convert my sorcery points back into a spell slot.
Yeah, you could do that.
Cool.
All right. I'm gonna gather you guys up. And actually, as you climb this ladder, right before you climb the ladder, the horn sounds and says, "Are you still there? Are you coming? I'm really wanting to meet you. You can help me not be." And then it cuts out.
Up the ladder.
All right. At the top of the ladder is a hatch, but it is sealed shut.
Do you guys think maybe the voice is the machine itself? Just it's.
A ghost in the machine, if you will.
Well, I mean, we don't really know how these were, unless you know how these were piloted. I don't. But it appears to be Warforged, and Cookie can move on his own.
Possible. So, is there a strength check or anything we could do to try prying open the hatch above our head?
Who would be making that strength check?
Probably Odin.
All right. Dalen's going to cast guidance on you.
While he does never mind, actually.
D4. Fuck.
Yeah, that thing is sealed tight.
Can I check one of these doors?
Can we just Eldritch Blast it?
All right.
I mean, I can, but what if there's like just something that'll unlock it down here?
The door doesn't appear to be locked. It opens rather easily. However, there are no lights in there, so you would just have the light from the torch in this room.
All right. Well, then before I do anything, I'll shoot an Eldritch Blast at the hatch and see if it does anything.
All right, go ahead and just give me a damage roll on Eldritch Blast. All right, you do seem to make a small amount of damage to the door.
All right. Well, do you guys want me to keep blasting it until it opens, or do you want to explore down here?
Do we have the professor cast a light on Odin's shield?
Do you have light? He does not have light.
Okay.
I don't think I have light either. I assumed that would be something he had.
That's my thought too.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can help it. Well, you said it was a torch on the wall?
Yeah, there's a torch on this wall. Or it's a mounted hooded lantern.
Can I
Or
mage
on it.
hand the lantern off and mage hand the lantern into this room?
Yeah. Odin or Xander can give you a hand and actually, unmount it from the wall and hand it to you.
Yeah, just
And
want to send the light in first.
let's see. Which layer did I leave this stupid thing on? Whoop.
That's cool.
Alright, and I'm going to send that to the token layer so that we can manipulate it. And I'm actually going to give No, I can't give you control of it. But where would you like it?
Just right inside the doorway at first.
All right. So you, it looks like these are these rooms that they would control the arms and the weapons on them, but obviously the arms are missing from this Colossus. You see a chair that is knocked over here, and another one of those puddles of water here.
I mentioned, hold up with the weapons. Require the storm rune. Careful.
Are the weapons still here, even though the arms are gone?
Do you
Oh
want to
no,
take
the
chance?
weapons were on the arms. You would control them
Okay,
from this
That was
panel.
my assumption. There's no weapons here right now.
Still, I really
Well,
want to go in there poking shit.
yeah,
Let
no,
Odin do
I
it.
agree. I don't think that we're gonna get anything out of that room. I mean, I'll step into the room, but I'm not gonna touch anything.
All right. You just see, a bunch of cogs and a control panel, and
Yeah.
uh,
Well,
Yeah.
I guess we can keep blasting the hatch. Unless you guys want to check the other rooms.
Xander shrugs. Let me try the hatch. If you
All
guys,
right,
while
Dalen.
Xander's going up there, you guys want to check out the rooms, have at it.
yeah, Dalen casts guidance on you. All right. So Xander, you don't know what Odin's problem was with that hatch.
It has to be mental.
The Eldritch Blast loosened it.
Do you guys want to try any of the other doors while he's doing that?
I'll look into whatever other one is right next to me and throw the lantern into it if it's dark.
All right. So just holding the lantern outside of the door, you can see that this is a bathroom, and it's got a toilet, and there's a puddle of water and a sink.
All right. Anybody got to go before we go upstairs? Last chance. No.
Fuck it, Odin does. What do you expect? I mean, come on, you asked. Let's like leave that there.
You want Odin to step in there?
Odin steps in.
All right. As Odin steps in,
Oh boy.
as
Is the
soon as
toilet
he
a mimic?
steps into the puddle of water, you see this minus the body it's coming out of, but you see this the water forms and shapes itself into a weird snake with a humanoid face, and just looks almost like a ghost a little bit, but just made of liquid.
Odin yells, "Guys, you have to see this!"
No,
Xander-
Odin does not yell anything.
Aw.
It is make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. Odin.
That's cute.
All right. So this thing completely covers Odin. And now you see Odin has this thin film of water over top of him, and he is stuck in place. And seems to be restrained. And he immediately puts his hands up to his throat like he can't breathe. And we'll go ahead and start the turn order. Make sure to have your token selected when you roll for initiative, Fern.
Oh. No. I just click on it.
Yep. All right. This time I'll let you keep that initiative. All right. So Odin is standing there, covered in this water, and he starts to, try to reach his hands up to grab at his neck like he can't breathe, but he actually can't even fully move them up there. And you also don't hear him, even though his mouth is open and he's clearly looking like he's yelling. Also, Odin takes 7 damage.
Beginning of his
Oh,
turn.
at the start of his turn.
Yep.
Sorry. What will you do, Fern?
I I have a torch.
Do you have a torch?
Yeah, I don't know what I can do against this. Because I assume any attack on Makar will be very effective, but will cause Odin damage.
Yeah. That water is thin. Ugh, stupid cat.
Oh, I do have a torch. Can I try and evaporate some of it with the torch?
You can if you'd like to. I'll say you can use your object interaction to pull out the torch, and I'll say it's a bonus action to light it, and you can run over there and try to set fire to it, or evaporate it, or whatever.
Okay, what would I roll?
Make a just give me a D4. All right. So as you put the torch there, the monster there takes a little bit of damage, but it also douses the torch.
And you gotta move
Also,
forward.
you have to be next to him.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Can I take a step?
You could certainly try.
There.
All right. As you do move, it a portion of it constitutes and just jabs out at you with a almost the consistency of like a broomstick kind of a shape, and totally misses you.
Oh, good.
You're able to dodge out of the way pretty fast. Now on its turn, it actually can't get to any of you because it's covering Odin. So, yep, it just kind of the face comes off where Odin's face is. Its own face covers it, and it just looks around at you and just. And then Odin, you can try to make a
Athletics
DC
check
13 athletics check.
and took the 13 damage or 7 damage.
All right. So you are still grappled. You see Odin thrusts his arm out and tries to grab at the face and tear it off of him, but just more of it just seems to cover him completely and tape his arm to his chest. Xander.
Okay, he's gonna kind of step forward. He's like, guys, we may need a magical solution. Anybody?
Got nothing. You saw my attempts.
I'm sure on their turns,
Actually,
folks might.
fuck it. I'm pretty sure Professor has spared the dying. So,
Do it.
I will put it to the vote to the party.
Well,
What are
look
you
at
doing?
I think
Oh,
he's going
he-
to decide if he wants to attack Odin.
Oh,
What are the rules for grapple? Is there any way that any of us?
So
Yes,
yeah, I
just
mean,
with the
if you
grapple.
wanted to try, you could try and rip the thing off of him.
Yeah, but then we run the risk of it just grabbing onto us.
That's
Okay.
pretty smart to think that.
I mean, I have an idea on my turn. I just don't know if it works. I don't know that I can necessarily ask until
Can
it is
I
my turn.
aid other to assist Odin with the grapple?
Yes.
What do I gotta do for that? Is this an action to aid other, right?
Yeah, basically if you're assisting Odin on Odin's turn, he would get advantage with your help.
Let's do it.
All right. And Rhinarian.
So, if I attempt a spell that would push something, if I were to aim that at this water creature, would that then also push Odin, or would it push the water thing off of him?
Based on your previous uses of the spell, since this is a solid form around a solid form of Odin,
It would push
y-
both.
yeah, it would push them
Okay.
both.
That's what I figured. Yeah, I don't really want to like blast it, but
if we anchored Odin to the ground somehow, would that work then?
well, I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna say, Odin, I'm really sorry. I know I've already dropped a roof on you. And I'm gonna shocking grasp the creature. I did not mean to roll at advantage.
All right. You reach out. You reach out and you try to grab some of the solid or some of the gooey liquid, and it actually just comes out and smacks your hand away as it fizzles and sparkles out.
Okay, well, I'm glad I apologized for no reason.
Fern.
Would I have-
Uh,
I'm sorry, would I have been able to take a step back?
Yes.
Okay. I would have liked to do that.
I'm gonna close the door. This other side door that I'm next to, because there's another there.
All right.
Smart. Smart.
All right. That's yeah.
Look at us. We're all using our heads tonight for the most
Yeah.
part.
All right. What anything else, Fern?
No, not that I can really think as a good idea.
All right. This thing is going to reach out and attack Xander. with one of its crazy little tentacles. 18 hit you?
Does.
All right. You get smacked as you're trying to help Odin. You're like, all right, buddy, on 3, 1, 2, and you just get this broomstick-sized tentacle just right in the face.
Under Xander's breath. This doesn't work. I'm attacking.
Man, you just
Alright.
got dick slapped.
Odin takes 10 damage. And well, you know what? Dalen did not roll initiative. That's my bad. So I'm going to say that on his turn, he cast guidance on Odin. So not only does Odin get advantage on this athletics check, but he gets to roll a d4 to the higher roll.
Nice. Come on, Odin.
So let's sort by descending and go to Odin. All right, and since both of you are doing it, I'm gonna say that. All right. Yep. Let's give this guy an opportunity to. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Where is his? All right, we'll just say roll strength. All right, this thing is really strong, but the two of you were able to actually bunch. Xander, you bunch enough of it up to grab it, and Odin's able to just outstretch his arms enough to spread it thin, and then the two of you take this thing, and I'm gonna have to move Odin for a second, and with both of you grasping it, what do you do?
Toilet.
You're gonna throw it in the toilet?
Yes, we are.
All right, you throw it. You help him. So you're gonna have to step in the room as well.
Yes.
Don't step on any puddles.
All right. So you step in the room as well, and you guys just slam it into
Like-
the toilet.
Like, is there a plunger nearby? Just for fun.
And, there is not. However, roll me a d6. All right. So this thing, you slam it into the toilet, and it actually expands, and the toilet explodes, and the not only does water start like this old like moldy water, kind of that's been there forever, not only does that start piping into the room very softly because there's not a lot of water pressure in this thing, but the creature itself does seem to be reconstituting. However, Xander, it's your turn.
I'm going to go ahead and attack it. With
All right.
great weapon.
Yeah, I'll say do it with advantage. It gets prone, basically, as you guys slammed it down. All right, that is going to hit. Okay.
Then the butt of the glaive also. Doesn't.
That does not hit, no. So as you attack this thing with the glaive, you notice that it does seem to take that damage. Maybe not, it does kind of reconstitute really fast, but it does look like it is wounded. The face looks very pained as it starts to come up out of the puddle. Right, Arian?
I don't think I can see it / shoot it. I mean, I can
could
see
yell at
it grayed
Xander.
out.
You could yell at Xander to flatten himself to the wall and give yourself a clear shot.
But would I? Yeah, so I'm gonna yell at Xander. Hey, watch out for a second. And I'm gonna hope this roll's really not shitty, and I'm gonna shoot an ice knife at it.
14. Man, I tell you,
Oh, and it's
That-
prone anyway, isn't it?
Uh,
Like extra dumb.
no, no. It's. I mean, it's kind of an amorphous blob. I had them do that because that's just kind of how it was. But that 14, it just barely hits.
Oh.
All
And
right.
it has the DC 13 dex save.
And oh, right, because it takes
For
the
the extra
initial
cold damage.
and dex save. Boop. And so it only takes half of the second.
No, it doesn't take any of the second damage. It just takes the 4
Oh, okay.
initial points.
All right.
That's a turn.
Dalen is going to. He's gonna cheer you guys on.
He really
Actually,
wasn't joking.
How no, he's gonna cast Healing Word on Xander. So Xander regains. Actually, you know what? Not Healing Word. Because Healing Word is 1d4. So does he have Cure Wounds? Okay, he has Healing Word, but not Cure Wounds. All right. So Healing Word, yeah. Xander gets 5 hit points.
Okay.
Fern.
I'm going to move over by Nerian and draw my bow and take this thing.
All right. And you guys, by the way, I didn't call it out, but Fern has reverted back to her normal form after 1 minute of the previous thing. And you said you were gonna what? You were gonna attack it?
Yes, with my bow.
All right. Xander is still flattened to the wall, and fire away. That's a hit. All right. You see the arrow pierce in, and then the water forms around it. It still shrieks just inhumanly, with just a hint of what sounds like a human man's voice. And anything else?
I'm gonna move back around the corner.
All right. This thing dives out of the toilet. And Odin, give me a dex saving throw.
All right.
Ooh.
First
Odin manages to get out of the way as this thing breaks the sink. And it is now Odin's turn.
Odin is going to attack. Odin is actually throwing down his shield and two-handing the battle axe.
All right. And you did not give Odin his 5 hit points.
You didn't. You healed Xander, not Odin.
Oh,
You did
I meant
say
to. Did I say Xander?
You said you did, which
Okay. All right. All right.
I'd rather have Odin have it, but
I meant Odin. I
I
got the two of you mixed up.
DM, am I changing it or not?
Yeah. Let's go with intentions. Odin got the 5. All right. And
He's
now
still
Odin
throwing down
makes
his axe.
a.
And
he threw that down.
You threw down the shield.
I know you just said
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
he
you
threw
said
down
the
the
axe.
axe.
We're going with intention.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. All right. Yeah, that's a hit. All right.
Then as a bonus action, second wind. Fuck.
All right.
And that is it. Oh, then he's gonna shield bash. 2.
With what shield?
Oh, you're right. Fuck. Okay. You're correct.
I mean, he could pick up his shield if you want him to,
Yeah, he'll pick it up.
but he can't. He wouldn't be able to shield bash. But I'll say he could pick up his shield again.
He'll pick it up. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Xander.
As a bonus action, Wrathful Smite. Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
Without advantage, my bad. 14 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. 12 damage, an extra d6 psychic, and a wisdom save, please. He is now frightened.
Yeah. He's really frightened because he's dying. So you guys see, and this is the first time you guys have seen this. Xander really puts his all into this thing, and his glaive. What flavor this up for me? How does Wrathful Smite work for Xander?
It is going to glow a blue color from the blade, almost like a blue flame around it. It's going to hit, and the flame is going to get sucked into the enemy, which freaks the fuck out.
All right. And you actually see as the flame moves from the glaive to the enemy, it goes inside of the liquid, turning it a bright blue color, and then all of it just sort of steams off, and the face melts away into steam. And you hear a very humanoid, very human voice say, "Forgive me."
So, have you guys seen Ace Ventura? When he walks out of the bathroom like soaking wet and does the "do not go in there"?
Woo!
That's what Odin does. Cause he's
Tap the
soaking
pocket.
Wet. Yeah.
I'm gonna really quickly just wave my hand and prestidigitation all the water off both of them.
All right. And so you
Appreciate it,
guys
Cap.
are very shortly dry. And Dalen says, "Now can we go up the ladder?" Sorry, it's not gravelly enough. I gotta get more gravel. Now can we go up the ladder?
Shrugs.
Yeah, that was the right amount of arrogant. Yeah, I suppose we can.
Let's go. Let's see.
All
We'll do
right.
some more exploring. And look
All
at
right,
fucking
all right.
Rhinarian.
All right, let me gather you guys up. And cancel, remove all turns. Clear. Exits.
I still did at least find the 500 GP of spell materials.
All right. This is you find yourself in the head of the Colossus. Once inside, the room feels clean and without the smells of the other rooms. You don't see anyone, and the voice on the horn pops up and sounds relieved. "I knew you could do it." The console in front of you lights up, and two of the knobs twist until the notches both face towards the party. "Please, you have to help me."
How do we help you?
There's a panel beneath. There's like a closed panel beneath where the two knobs are looking at you, and it does a flashing light on it that blinks, and it says, "This panel. Remove the Kyber Dragon Shard and free me."
Well, I kind
Xander, do you know anything about that?
of shrugged look over. I was about to look at you, Rhaenyra, and it's like, you said Dragon Shard. I figured since you had that elemental ship, you'd be a better one to ask.
Not for dragon shards. And I don't really know anything about these types of constructs. This is pretty different from my ship.
Fuck it. I'll take a closer look. Well, I know what Dragon Shard looks like now. We asked about it. Is there any?
Well, yeah, because we
So-
have some now.
So, well, you have Eberron Dragon Shards.
Yeah, he said
those.
something about hybrid.
Eberron Dragon Shards are found naturally occurring in rocks around the world. Sybaris Dragon Shards actually fall from the rings of Sybaris to the planet of Eberron. Kyber Dragon Shards, and this goes back to the creation myth. Kyber Dragon Shards actually are found below the crust of the earth. So where somebody might go far underneath the earth and explore what is Eberron's Underdark.
Is there
That's where you would
anything
get
shiny?
a Kyber Dragon Shard is it does not actually have a value attached to it because it's so rare that it is invaluable. It is crazy valuable.
Is something shiny that I can pull?
Do we know anything about Kyber dragon shards and how to handle them?
Hold on. I'm typing you something, Rhaenyra.
Okay. Oh, what is the thing to type back to you?
the while you're typing that, the voice says, "Please free me from this hell."
That's it. No more tonight. No.
Who are you?
That's
They
fine.
called me Dose. I am a docent. Kind of like a Warforged, but instead of a body, I have minimal control capabilities on board the Colossus. Some of them called me Head.
I think my original theory of this being the Warforged. So you want us to? I'm assuming if we pull that out, that kills you.
Yes.
I have no problem. Where's it at?
The
In the-
flashing light on the.
Cabinet below. Flashing lights.
Then don't
Odin,
eat it.
all
That's
you,
fine.
buddy.
Right, so Odin's gonna take out the Kyber Dragon Shard.
Sure.
Man, if I ever miss the session, I do not want Xander to play my character. I want somebody else to play him.
Aww.
uh,
It's only if you miss multiple sessions.
Okay.
Odin opens up the cabinet, and within there's a locking mechanism that is easy to break with his battle axe, and from within that cabinet there is the Kyber Dragon Shard. It's about the size of a bowling ball. It is a dark, just a deep dark purple with these white glittery fragments all over it.
Before.
And
I'm sorry.
and and that's what it looks like. Go ahead, Renaria.
I was just going to ask before Odin reached out for it. Now that it's exposed, does it resonate with anything I'm familiar with? Do
It
I feel
doesn't.
like
It doesn't give off any like sort of arcane radiation. No.
okay? I couldn't figure out how to type back to you, so I'm just not going to worry about it.
All right.
It'll be /
And-
W space GM space your message. /
Oh,
go.
I don't know why that wasn't working before.
And thank you very much. I'm the most familiar with the characters. I think you would want me to fucking play your character. Odin's not dead yet.
No, he just keeps blindly charging into.
Hey, I'm just saying, when I wasn't here, hold on. Who dropped the fucking building on him? And you're giving me shit.
Hey, I just rolled poorly. I can't control that.
That's fine. Now put your plate and your fork in the sink.
Okay.
Oh, did I not whisper that back to you?
No, you
Damn
did not whisper that part. So I would share that part before Odin touched it. Is hey, we might want to make sure it's not trapped first.
Odin's like, okay. Trap finder? Anybody?
I mean, I'll give it a look over just to see if there's any markings I'm familiar with.
Odin steps out of the way, and Xander steps farther away.
If there's any runes or anything, I can take a look. And Dalen does take a look. Let's give him a investigation check here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he looks all over this thing. He doesn't find any runes. It looks like actually the panel itself, rather than being protected by runes or anything like that, access to that panel is actually controlled by Dose or Head, whichever you want to call him.
All right. Well, the professor says it's safe.
All right.
Is anybody more
So-
dexterous when I do this before Odin just goes in?
I don't think I'm extraordinarily dexterous. I'm.
What?
More than
Odin's
-1?
dexterity.
I mean, I am more than -1.
It's a bowling ball.
5.
You just pick it up. You don't need any dexterous. I'm going to save you guys that time.
Oh,
There
Odin
you
does
go.
it.
All right. Odin removes the Kyber Dragon Shard. It weighs about 15 pounds. And you guys can actually add that to the party loot if you'd like.
Spell that, please. Thank you.
And as soon as you release this thing, or as soon as you take that out, you feel Dose sort of fade away. Thank you. Be safe. And the panel goes dark. And the lights go dark as well.
Anybody have a light they can strike?
Yes. That's it.
All right, and I think just Odin and Xander are the only ones without dark vision, right?
Yeah, I have dark vision.
Yeah, so you guys can actually see in this room, right?
Yeah, I have like a faded view at the moment.
All right. Yeah, that's what dark vision looks like.
Yep.
Xander strikes a torch.
All right. Let's give Xander. Oh God, how do I do that?
Token.
Dynamic lighting. Token emits lights. Bright lights. What's a torch? 20 feet?
20 and
30
20.
feet?
20 and 20. 40, 20 bright, 20 dim.
Alright. So Xander has a torch, and everybody can see again now, right?
No.
I can see.
I have my dark vision, but that's all.
Did anything change on your guys' screen to show light? It will look
No,
different.
nothing
No,
changed on my
did not.
screen.
So nothing?
Nada.
No, sir.
I bet there's like a button I gotta push to make it.
Is there one that says can see light, party can see light, like the old dynamic lighting was?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know what? Screw it. Here. Have that.
Okay.
Now can you see?
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Can I control
So
it?
let me. Let's see. There's a carry tokens menu. All right, carry below. Boom. There you go. Now it'll move wherever you go.
Awesome. That's actually kind of cool.
Yep. All right. So as you pop that light open, it takes you a second to light it, and you feel the entire Colossus start to shake. First, there's a big boom that shakes the entire place, and then after a few seconds, and everything kind of evens out, you just feel this heavy banging on the outside of the Colossus, and everything starts to shake, and some cogs nearby fall out, and
Good thing
yeah,
we had time to explore.
this place is starting to come apart a little bit.
Ha! I told you so.
All right, so for this, I'm just gonna count rounds. All right, and nobody has to roll initiative or anything. I'm just using this to count rounds. Oh, well, I guess somebody has to roll initiative. Dalen will roll initiative. There we go. All right. So what do you guys do? The place is coming apart.
We explore.
Does the head have any openings outside of the ladder? Like
It does
eyes to
not.
climb up? Okay. I'm gonna head down the ladder.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Let me gather you guys up here. And you head down the ladder. You hear at this door and this door, there's like a banging on the doors
Fuck it.
as the whole place starts to come apart.
Good thing your friend closed that door.
I go and check this door over here.
No, we're leaving.
Someone could be trying to get out.
You're gonna
It's
open it?
probably the water creature trying to get out. The same thing that just attacked us.
You're gonna open it?
Don't touch the door, Xander.
Fuck. I say, who's there?
We saw the water puddle in the left-hand door too, and we didn't touch it.
You hear from the other side of the door just.
Yeah, we're getting out of here.
Okay.
I'm going down the ladder.
Yeah.
Ladder it is.
I don't give a shit if he opens the door. I'm out of here.
Ladder it is.
All right, everyone move to the ladder. You come down the ladder and you see this puddle has come to life, and What do you want to do?
Ladder.
Ladder.
All right. It moves towards you, and we'll say, there's 5 of you, so I've got an order here. Somebody roll me a d10.
Yeah, I want to be responsible.
I don't want to be responsible. Burn all you.
Oh, fuck it.
There we
Or
go.
can't see any.
You can't see anything?
I can now. I couldn't before.
Okay.
As soon as we left that upper.
Yeah, we
scene
went to a different room. We did move your screen down.
All right. So 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's gonna attack Fern.
Jesus.
Oh no,
Ah, shit.
Fern! You take 13 bludgeoning
Good.
damage.
I'm dead.
Fern goes unconscious.
Fuck.
Dalen goes ahead and casts Spare the Dying. And now what do you guys want to do?
Can we roll her over down the hole?
One of you
Hey.
could do that. She'd probably take some fall damage, or you
Is
could one
Spare
of you
the
could like
Dying
pick her up.
Spare the Dying to cantrip, right?
Yes.
We cast it over and over again. I mean, 5
my
you
God.
don't go negative.
So it's
Ah!
I mean, we could. How bad is the Colossus shaking compared to whenever we started at the head?
It is shaking really bad. It's actually starting to lean a little bit. You feel the center of gravity kind of
Yeah.
shift.
I like Xander's plan.
All right. So you
Oh,
you
hold
roll her
on,
down
hold
the
on,
leg.
hold on.
What?
Odin rose her over.
We need Fern's consent first.
She's unconscious. She can't talk.
Don't,
No, she's alive
don't
right
let
now.
me die.
All right. So
Just keep me alive.
you roll her down the hatch there,
Yep.
and well, Odin does specifically, that asshole, and you guys come down here. You hear a banging on this door, and
Don't open it.
and the
Aren't you unconscious?
and the the Colossus continues to shake, rattle, and roll. Still continuing to lean.
Well, we got another ladder, Xander. Or Odin.
Roll
All right.
her. Just roll her.
Dalen stabilizes her. You guys go down to the bottom. At this point, this door to the leg has completely ripped away and is facing up now as the entire thing rolls to the right. But you do see this hole in the floor
Just a bubble.
where that display once was. And these two things are slowly creeping towards you.
Odin rose her again.
We're going down the hole.
And Xander tries not to fucking laugh every time. He's trying, Fern.
All right. So you're going to go down the hole, and I'm going to move you guys out to here. And you guys come out right about here, and Fern is unconscious. But you do see a very large, very pissed off earth elemental that was just banging away on this thing as you guys pop down.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, come on, cat.
I
In or out?
hand Professor a health potion to give to Fern, and I get
No,
ready for
no,
it.
hold on. I'll do it because I got two.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna hand the professor a health potion to give to Fern.
All right. The professor is going to give to Fern. I'm just gonna group initiative you guys, if that's fine.
Sounds good.
And all right, Xander.
At all. He's actually gonna step here with a dodge action.
All right, Rhinarian.
Okay,
And I
actually,
don't
before
really.
I'm gonna do a dodge action.
This-
Tell you, everyone to see if they can't just fall back away from this thing. If we don't have to fight it, the better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this thing is just beating the ever loving crap out of the Colossus.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, but can't I hold an action or something?
You can.
I will hold a chromatic orb if he comes, let's say, within 10 feet of Xander.
All right, Fern. You are unconscious. Odin.
Oh, he's just gonna actually have the boat. There we go. He's gonna move there and dodge action.
All right. Let's see. Let's see here.
That one.
He has a passive. He has a pretty low passive perception. He is not really worried about you guys.
Well, pick something.
He is continuing to beat the crap out of this thing. That was his cage. Dalen is going to administer a health potion. So
Yay!
Vern, you gain 7 hit points. So you can come up with 7 hit points, and you are conscious.
And she knows nothing.
This is it. You're gonna have to let it play. Got it?
Yeah, you feel a bruise on your face. You feel a very large bruise on your back. Your leg does not quite it functions perfectly, but there is a pain as you start to try and get up that was definitely not there before.
I wish. So here's a question: can she roll acrobatics unconscious? I should have asked that sooner.
No,
Okay.
she would
No.
automatically fail that save. All right, so Dalen has administered the potion. Xander.
I'm gonna basically say, guys, I assume the fucking thing's up here, so we need to go. So we need to move down south, correct?
We're gonna say that this giant rock here is the base of the Colossus, and it's actually leaning to the right, like it's gonna roll away from you guys as the Earth Elemental is just wailing away at it.
I'm gonna say, keep falling back. I'm gonna move there and dodge action.
All right, Renarian,
So we're trying to go south? I thought we were trying to go north.
or just away.
Away.
Okay. Well, if we're just going away,
I figure if it's gonna attack us, we need room on the map to fight. So help the DM out.
Yeah. So I'll just move here, and then same thing. I'll just hold a chromatic orb.
All right, so you guys are just gonna fall back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
All right,
I will
experience
follow
on milestones, not experience, right?
correct.
Okay, yeah, fall back. Fuck that thing.
All right, this thing is. You know what? I'll give it one more. perception check. Yeah, it as you guys get a little ways away from it, it does turn to look at you, and it puts its arms out and roars, roar, and then it starts to run at you. You could still run away.
But it can chase us also. We're not gonna get arrested if we don't take it out.
I mean, it's a risky run.
I only have 5 hit points.
I say at least run.
Well, it's already nighttime, isn't it?
It is pretty much almost nighttime. Yeah, it's like the last bit of light is almost gone. You
Yeah,
can definitely see the stars and the moon, and the ring of Sybaris is shining brightly in the sky already.
we could kill it and set up camp here.
It can kill us.
And set up
True.
camp in your bones. So, as a group, make a decision: run or not run.
Odin says run. That's what Odin says.
All right, Odin yells, "Run!" And do all of you follow suit?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna.
You,
Erna's gonna keep pace with the professor and have her
Alright.
bow out just in case.
Professor has
you
more
guys-
hit points. Good idea.
you guys are taking full on move actions, staying on dry land as much as you can to avoid that difficult terrain. And you are just hauling ass. And the earth elemental begins to chase you, and even at one point seems to dive into the earth and disappear, and then come up 30 feet later, popping up just roar, and but you guys are able to outpace it, and it's been trapped for a long time. It turns back and begins beating the crap out of that Colossus again. And so
That was
you're
the
able
language
to
food.
make it away.
Well, I kind of say it's been fucking trapped there. I didn't want to fight to begin with.
Yep.
But yeah, we set up camp.
All right. So, do you want to set up camp at the? You're not far from the woods, from the deep wood. Here, let's actually go to
Hey, Fern,
the.
you know the area safer here or the deep wood?
Mr. DM?
Yeah, you would know that the deep wood offers you more concealment from not only the elements but anything that might be crawling around out there. And while you do
Okay.
have rations, you definitely think it's a great idea to not light a fire.
I say push into the deep woods a ways and go dark.
You're the expert.
All right. So
We'll
you
follow
guys
your lead.
get to the deep woods, and you manage to set up a small camp with just all huddled, kind of close together. I mean, you're not spooning or anything, but you're all, even though it's dark out, you can reach out and touch the person to your left and right, just to make sure that there's nothing out there that's going to drag one of you away. And you managed to get a long rest in, so go ahead and apply that. And remember that does not mean full hit points. It just means you can spend all of your. Oh no, wait, that's short rest. Never mind. Yeah, full hit points, all your stuff back. Hooray!
I could have swore it meant full hit points.
I had considered doing the gritty realness rest settings, and
Which I like. I would actually like that, I think. That's how it was 3.5. But I'm already healed, so too late now.
All right. So, in the morning, you guys wake up. There's no indication of any kind of attacking going on. Throughout the night, you did hear off in the distance just a very faint banging. Almost. Almost. And you set off. You got a good 20 miles to go. You guys set off towards the Gatekeeper camp.
Okay, yeah.
All right. The party sets off for the Gatekeeper camp. Once back on the trail, it isn't long before you're well within the dense forest of the deep wood. The first few miles are still swampy, but after that, the ground dries out, and you find yourself what feels like an entirely different world. The dull browns and greens are replaced with lush foliage and brighter colors. Fern, join me in RPG Side Room 1.
Okay.
I really wanted to get this out of the way.
Heck yeah.
So, Rhinarian, we promised not to tell her, right?
Yeah, not to tell her.
Hard, other room, go.
She's already gone.
I know. She heard us, so.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Oh. That actually, something similar like that to that happened in one of my players did it in the 3.5 game. It was a fucking paladin, and the other character was like pushing him to no fucking end. So when he's over the wall holding this unconscious body, just the look on his face was absolutely amazing. Hey DM, can you roll tumble unconscious, and just drops her with the biggest fucking grin on his face. It reminded me so much of that.
Wouldn't they still die if they went below a certain amount?
And 3.5, yes. Negative 10 hit points, we always ran it as negative constitution. So if constitution score was like 18, well, negative 18.
Gotcha.
Luckily, in 5th edition, we don't go negative. So all we had to keep doing was fucking just spare the dying and just fucking roll her down again.
Gotcha. So once you're down, it doesn't matter how much you take.
Yeah, now if you get hit again, you have to make death saving throws.
Right.
But she was stable before we rolled her every time.
So she would have restarted the death saving throws.
Bingo. At least in theory, the rules may have went against that, but at the same time, real cool, and the DM was enjoying it, so.
Yeah. Jeez.
You okay, bud?
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
I got like that. Fun session.
Yeah, whenever...
Oh, go ahead, man. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, whenever you said it was a good time to call it, I was thinking the same thing.
Good session overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anything new, man? We are still streaming, so careful what you say.
No, nothing much. Might have a new job soon, but who knows? Got some interviews, or at least one interview this week.
Nice. Where at? If I may ask.
It's a printing company. They do like the coupons that you see on the shelves at like Schnucks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those like pull one here and get $1 off, tomato soup or whatever.
Getting out of retail?
Yeah, just something to get out of retail.
I don't blame you at all, man. especially like cell phone retail, like the bubbles popped, it's been going downhill.
Well, yeah, and anymore the cell phone manufacturers, they don't really. Oh, that's cool. Um, they don't really make anything new.
Yeah.
People aren't buying new phones every year because there's not really a difference anymore.
I like the fold, but how do you think I feel? I'm fucking mid-tier only now, essentially.
Right.
Like our most expensive phone is $252.
Like the rest of us plebeians.
My old boss went to a different program, so if things get too bad, I may hit him up and see if I can get on his program. It's TVs actually, and appliances.
And then saw the new Doctor Strange movie today. That was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought it was I thought having Scarlet Witch as the villain was pretty good.
It's been said, but you definitely just feel the Sam Raimi in it, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the minute that Bruce Campbell was on screen and then zombie Doctor Strange.
Or some of the shots. Like honestly, if like those Ultron bots had black blood, if that was any other color, that'd be fucking
Right.
no longer PG-13. Like it was spooky. See that little place where her movements and everything else, that was good.
Yeah, her coming out of the mirrors was definitely horror level.
When you zoom in and the entire camera rotates, that's a fucking Sam Raimi thing. A lot of the more practical effects, like the zombie Doctor Strange at the end, is giving the pep talk. That was all practical. That screamed fucking Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Meth.
All right. And Fern, you all the sounds and sights stop. You find yourself surrounded by trees, and you're walking next to Dalen.
Did you shift again? Did you shift yourself?
No, apparently I was just high on shrooms, man. Very
And,
potent shrooms.
Nearby, you hear something in the brush. You catch just a vague glimpse of what could be some sort of a tail or something. Just dive into this nearby brush.
Ooh, she getting an animal companion?
Shoot it.
Do I do a animal handling check
What do you want to do?
or perception? I want to see if I can coax it out.
Okay. So you go over to the bush and you try and coax it out.
Yes.
Not an animal companion.
That'd be my
Alright.
luck.
Not one of
The
those,
battle's
not one of those
up.
water things. Pit demon.
Also, put yourself at max health, Fern.
Oh. I thought I
Before
did
he
that.
takes it back down.
Oh, you do have yourself at max health. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing that.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna have to fix that later.
There it goes.
All right. And so you approach the bush, and you want to approach it and try to take something out, or coax it out.
Yes.
All right. You see as these very leathery-looking black tendrils reach up out of the bush, and
Oh.
what you know is a displacer beast appears. And that's where we'll end it for the night.
God damn it.
I don't think it's an animal companion.
Fern, did you try talking to it? Maybe we can reason our way out.
So, did we level?
You did not.
Worth a try.
I have.
I mean,
I
they
have
threw me
this-
down a bunch of ladders for nothing.
You don't know that.
What ladders?
got- Yeah, Fern has no idea, and you still feel like a throbbing in your head and shoulder, and your your leg just kind of aches as you use it. Yeah. So, what do you guys think?
I
Good
laughed.
session.
It was fun.
Excellent. I'm setting things up. We're gonna have a really, hopefully next session, you guys will end with a level up.
Hopefully, I didn't just get myself killed.
So, yeah, probably very. I tried to keep this session not as combat heavy. Maybe, and some different monsters, some different types of things that you do instead of just whack it to death. Next session is probably going to be more combat heavy.
It'll be Dalen's time to shine.
All right. Well, that is it, and hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for-
See ya.
Thanks
for
for
running it.
DMing.
Yeah.